Hello, everybody. It's Sandra. I'd like to welcome you to part three of my most recent eBay sales. I had sales of about $9,450 or so, but I did. Oh, is that Rosie? Hey, Rosie girl. That's my little dog who just had surgery on her leg. She's doing awesome. Anyway, I have over $9,000 worth of sales, but I did spend $500. And I do have some unrealized money here because what I did was I divided up how many items I got. I'm doing it a little bit differently. This time I divided up how many items I got by how much I paid for some of these lots. So I haven't had a chance to put all the pieces up yet. So there is that. I do have a lot more work to do. I've been selling on eBay since 1998. I only do this part time. The name of my eBay store is the Funky Pickle Store. Big thank you to anybody who bought any of the items from me. I very much appreciate that. Let me know what you think below. Like this video if you liked it, and please consider subscribing to the channel. You ready? Let's do it. I'm not sure where I got this Florenza bracelet. It may have been a thrift store find. That's what I'm thinking, for a dollar or two. I could go back into my spreadsheet and check. I keep pretty detailed notes on everything. I love buying Florenza stuff. There's a nice collector's market for it. This is probably from the 60s. Florenza seems like it would be based in Florence, but the company was actually based in New York City. And I believe the guy who founded it, his mother's name was Florence. That's where he got the name Florenza. So paid probably a dollar for this, and I took a best offer of $25. I got these two felt elves at a yard sale, and in the late 1940s, there was a radio show called Jump Jump and the Ice Queen, I think. And then, like a year later, somebody started making these. What is happening, eBay? Come on, man. Something is happening to the photographs. I don't know why that's happening. Anyway, I think I paid 25 cents each for these at a yard sale. Fantastic flip. Sold these for $78. I found this marble Pope Paul VI little bust statue in a thrift store for a dollar. It's really small. Let's see if I have a ruler there somewhere. It was signed, I think that says GP. It was just a little thing. Look at that, 4.5 inches tall. Pretty cool item. Not a bad flip. Paid a dollar, sold it for 20. I bought a very large collection of yarns. I am kind of almost done with them at this point. I only have a few left. This one looked interesting. It's like silk ribbon. It's beautiful, isn't it? 100% silk. Love the colors. Hand painted, which is a thing. It says hand painted there. It's kind of hard to see, but totally in the money on this estate sale slash yard sale. Got $15 for this one skein. This was a recent auction find. This was part of a big lot. This is so modernist. I love it. This is called the Scythian Panther, and it is from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So this is based on something they have in their museum, maybe a painting, maybe a sculpture, maybe even a piece of jewelry. Not sure what. I could research that down and figure it out. Really cool piece. I love MMA stuff. There's a nice collector's market for it as well. So this was part of an auction lot, sold it for 35. This ring is so strange. I got this as part of a sterling silver lot at an auction. And this type of stuff is great because it's so weird. It's a crab hanging on to some sort of stone. It is sterling silver. It's Taxco. And it is signed Mateo. It's kind of hard to see, but there it is. It says Mateo 925. It's so strange. I always tell people who want to sell jewelry, buy objects of beauty, buy things that are really beautiful, but unusual things also sell very well. Isn't it cool? I love it. Totally in the money for sure on this particular auction lot. Sold this ring for 70. This awesome pendant checks a bunch of boxes. There's a sleeping cat on it. How cool is that? It's sterling silver. It's nice and big and bold. And it's also signed Sagen. Sagen stuff is great to look out for. Look how big it is, almost 4 inches. It's owned by a husband and wife team. A lot of stuff going on. I like the dangle on it too. Cool piece. I took a best offer of $100 on this item, part of an auction lot. I found this necklace in a thrift store. It's so weird. Isn't it cool? I don't even know how you describe it. I love it. It's very interesting. I even like the chain too. Nice detailing on the chain. And I guess I didn't do a close up of the signature. Hopefully, you can see the hang tag. So I had this one up for a while. You can see right here, maybe you can see it. When I started this auction, it was December 28th, 2022. So this one has been up for a while. I was trying to get $80 for it, which I think it's well worth that. But I did end up taking a best offer on this of $40. So still good. Paid a dollar at a thrift store, sold it for 40. I got these earrings as part of an auction lot. It was a whole lot of sterling silver clip-on earrings. Not everybody has pierced ears, and even if they do, when earrings are this large, you really need them to clip because they would be too heavy. These are sterling silver and turquoise. They're signed by a company that's called Bars. Bars sells very, very well. You can just see, well, the design is very cool. I love the colors and they are high quality. Sold this pair of earrings for 50. I think this was part of an auction haul as well. This is a darling coral necklace. Beautiful colors, earth tone colors, golden, orange, skewing almost to brown, tan. Isn't that pretty? Nice condition. Didn't pay much for it. Sold it for 15. I bought this cap in a thrift store. I paid a dollar for it. So I thought the USS would be, I wasn't really exactly sure what it was. It was certainly something to do with the military. So I picked it up, paid a dollar, was hoping that it would be worth more money than that. It's a navy cap, and I sold this one for 10. I found this very plain and classic Kate Spade large bowl at a yard sale. I paid $20 for it. It's a salad bowl. It was supposed to have the wood servers, those were not there. And I guess this is Kate Spade with Lenox. Isn't that pretty? I was gonna keep this one, but I don't really have the room, and I just thought it was kind of a cool thing to sell since it had the paperwork and the box. I don't usually like shipping stuff like this. I know it did cost a lot of money to ship. I ended up taking a best offer on this one of 45. Not a great profit, but I think it's a lovely item and I'm glad it got a new home. This is my kind of necklace. Look at the color. Such an awesome bubblegum pink. This is sterling silver, fabulous rhinestone. I believe this is from the 20s. Not too small either. Look at that, 3/4 of an inch. Just that bottom teardrop stone alone. It's amazing. That was part of an auction haul, sold that one for 40. I put this one up for auction thinking that it would go higher than $40, but I put it at $40 knowing that if I only got one bid, that would be fine, and it is. I think this necklace may have been part of that same auction lot. This one I also put up for bid. I think I may have started the bidding at 15 and I got 7 bids, sold it for $31. Now the stones in this were a little bit yellowed unless that is the color of the stones because they're very uniformly pale yellow. So I wasn't really sure about that. Sometimes old rhinestones can yellow a little bit due to the glue on the back. And I disclosed right there under condition, a very nice condition. It appears that the jump ring finding has been soldered. If you can see that right there. Let me see. See right there? Looks like something's going on there, but it's okay. It opened and closed fine. Very, very cool deco necklace. Sold that one for 31. I bought this Trifari pin a long, long time ago. This was a yard sale find. It says Trifari Pat penned. We can date it based on that. Nice condition. It's cool. It's like a basket of flowers, but it's kind of a very interesting artistic take on flowers. Rhinestones are nice and bright. Yard sale fine, probably paid 50 cents or a dollar for this. A long time ago though. Sold it for 28. I found this piece of fabric in a thrift store. I think I paid $2 for it. Now, I knew Zoffany was a very, very good name brand because I had it once before. I actually had some Zoffany urn wallpaper and I got an awful lot of money for it. That's how I knew that this was going to be something good. There's 3 yards there. It's nice and wide. When it's very wide, then you know that it's drapery fabric or upholstery fabric. It's pretty, isn't it? I love the cream color. It's very elegant and fancy. So, didn't pay much for it in a thrift store. I took a best offer, sold this one piece of fabric for $80. Here's another Trifari brooch. I think this one was also a yard sale find from a while ago. I'm pretty sure. I love purple jewelry. I love the design on this one. I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's kind of like a feather or a plant or just something cool. Something very cool. I love it. Sold that one for 32. I bought out a pretty large collection of Leah Stein jewelry, all from the same woman. It all had like kind of very little, come on. It all had very little, super annoying. Anyway, I bought this a whole collection of Leah Stein jewelry from a woman who had bought it in Paris and or London. Now, I did pay quite a bit for the collection. It was very, very special. I did make all my money back and I am in the profit for sure. This piece is iconic. This is called Carmen or Joan Crawford. Awesome colors. This is plastic, vintage, fantastic. Sold this for 98. Look at this beautiful Carolyn Pollock Naja enhancer. I can't show you any other pictures because of, oh, okay, a couple. Some of them aren't working, some of them are. Well, there's what it looks like on a torque. This is an amazing piece. Sterling silver and turquoise. So lovely. I love Carolyn Pollock. She was all about these beautiful, high quality Southwestern designs. I did take a best offer on this. This was part of an auction haul. I sold it for 200. This was part of a very, very profitable lot for me. There was a lot of 14 karat gold findings, and I think some costume jewelry, and then this. This is an awesome 14 karat gold, solid 14 karat gold slide pendant. Anyhow, let's see if I at least have the weight. Well, there's how big it is. Yeah, 1.6 grams. It's a pretty thing. I took a best offer for, I think, 150 on this. This item was part of an auction haul, and I believe it was kind of an inexpensive lot too. There were a lot of brooches, and I couldn't believe when I saw this. I said, "This must be a thing. It's very brutalist. It's very modernist. It's very cool." And I can't show you the signature, but it is signed by an artisan, Guy Vidal. I believe he's Canadian. This is an awesome vintage piece. I probably, gosh, there were so many items in this collection. I probably paid 10 cents for this or something like that when you average it all out. Sold this brooch for 40. This is a beautiful wedding cake bead necklace, and it also included the earrings. Well, there's the necklace. There it is. I think eBay's been, like, hitting the sauce or something. What's going on, eBay? Come on. This is part 3. Part 1 and 2, there were no issues at all. Anyway, I love wedding cake beads. They are so named because it kind of looks like somebody did that with a piping bag. Beautiful glass. Sold that necklace and earring set for 100. This item was quite unexpected. This was part of a jewelry lot that I got at an auction, and to my amazement, it's 14 karat gold and it features a sweet little diamond. It is pretty small. There it is from the side. Very pretty prong set diamond. It's adorable, right? Very charming piece. I think I took a best offer on this. Let me just check my notes. Yeah. Um, I took $48 for this item. It's cute. I bought this Leah Sophia set at a yard sale. I think things were $2 each. This is sort of their higher end Leah Sophia, part of their red carpet collection, they called it. Very bold, very cool. I loved it. I would have kept it, but the ring was too small for me. So I paid probably $4 for that set and sold it for 40. I got these beautiful sterling silver earrings at kind of an antique place. And this old man owns it, and when I go in there, usually things are $15 each or $10 each, and then I just take everything I want, and then at the end, if I have 12 pieces, he'll say, like, "Give me 70," that kinda thing, so he keeps me coming back for more, and I think he has very beautiful things too. I fell in love with these earrings. I love how old-fashioned they are. They're nice and heavy too, with marcasites and the wreath and the bow. Cool items. Don't know what I paid. Probably 7 or $8 maybe. Sold them for 33. These items were part of an auction lot. I love 1928 jewelry. I love all 3 of these pieces. I love the soft pastel blue and pink and faux pearls. I especially love this basket of flowers. Isn't that pretty? Now, this came in a lot that there was a lot of jewelry in the lot, so these items were not much at all. So I lotted them up and sold them for $14. I got this tie clip as part of a lot. I had no idea what this was, but it says right in the back General Electric T58 turbo shaft engine. Oh, there. That's much easier to read there. Kind of a cool item. I figured somebody might want it. Part of a lot, didn't pay much for it, sold it for 22. Anyhow, I got this kind of incredible brooch at an antique store. I think I paid $30 for it. I don't know why I sold it for only 45. I sure love it though. This is beautiful Peking glass. Great design, very deco. Sold it for 45. I've had this item for a while. Now, I was at an auction and I found this lot of jewelry and I saw this bracelet and I knew this was a winner. It's signed Napier. Those are little kumquats. I have the Doris Day kumquat bracelet. Some people might know what I'm talking about. I'm hanging on to it for now, but this one is almost as good as that. How fantastic. There is a signature there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's where the spring ring is that a piece of metal that's going across the circle. How cool is this? There's so many charms on it. Now, yeah, this has been going, I had it up for more than a year. Very surprising. But I did end up taking a best offer on this. I think I got 130 for it, I believe. It's a cool item for sure. Now, Napier is very collectible. I believe they started out in Massachusetts. They were called EA Bliss at first, and then they moved to Connecticut, Meriden, Connecticut, I believe. Not all Napier is worth a lot of money, but I knew this one was going to be particularly collectible because it's just cool, isn't it? I love the colors too. Awesome item, great profit. Look at this silly and adorable sterling silver frog ring. What I really love about this is his legs. See how they go around the side? It's adorable. Got this at an auction as part of a sterling silver ring lot. One that I think I am in the profit on too. Sold this little guy for 15. This item I know was bought by a friend of the YouTube channel. So thank you so very, very much for that if you're watching. Now, this item was part of a lot, one that was a profitable lot too. I love this necklace. Look at that beautiful inlaid abalone. And this one is marked Alpaca, Mexico. So there is no silver in this. But a lot of people love collecting alpaca jewelry. There's a certain look to it, and I don't think it tarnishes either. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think it does. It's a very cute panel bracelet. I love the bow. Didn't pay much for it. Sold it for 15. And I think the same person bought this beautiful marcasite and pink rhinestone cross. I love the combination of colors on this, especially the pink. Look how they sparkle. And this included the necklace too, which was also sterling silver. Not too big. It's a little bit more than an inch and a quarter or so, not including the bail. I can't remember where I got this. It may have been a yard sale or a thrift store. I don't think it was part of an auction haul. Can't remember. Cute item though. I love it. Sold it for 25. This is such a beautiful Camrose and Cross item. I love this name brand. This is something that was worn by Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy. I love butterfly jewelry too, but look at that enameling. Very, very vibrant colors. Looks like real gold. It's not. Just gold tone. Came in the original box too, which is always a good thing, with its COA too. Part of an auction lot. Sold this one for 37. Look at this insane starburst brooch. This is so crazy good. Oh, that's so great. Look how high it is. Isn't that crazy? And it is japanned. That's what the terminology is for when it's all blackened like that. It really makes those rhinestones pop. This is an awesome statement piece. Look how high it is. Almost an inch and a half. This would really, really stand out if you wore this on a blouse or a jacket. Oh, super cool. Sold that one for 29. Here's another fantastic starburst brooch. This was bought by the same friend of the channel who bought the last item. This is also referred to as snowflake jewelry. This is sterling silver. It's by a company called Carl Art. There's a CA with an arrow through it. I believe they were from Providence, Rhode Island. This is a newer piece. I think this one sold, well, other people had theirs up for more. I'll just say that. But I was very happy to sell this one for $60. It's beautiful. It was in fantastic condition too. And I think this item was part of the J. King estate sale lot. Some people might know what I'm talking about, but that's where I think this came from. I was hanging on to it for a while for myself, but I decided to sell it. Isn't it cute? I love it. I got this radio satellite receiver at a thrift store. I paid $30 for this item and also for the big boombox type of item. I didn't want to sell them together because I couldn't ship them together because the boombox was huge. Now, they told me in there that this came from a friend of the thrift store who got this, like, won it at a company thing, like a raffle sort of thing. So this was all new and unused. And I think I'm going to sell the boombox. The boombox sells for about 120 or so. I'll probably just put it on Facebook Marketplace or something like that at some point. So sold this for $34, at least got my money back, and I still have that other very large piece to sell. Monet is another one of the big designers that's kind of easy to find. You can find it in thrift stores and yard sales. I think this was part of an auction. It's way cool. That's a terrible picture. It makes the gold tone look so funny. About a 12.5-inch drop or so. Look at the link too. It's like a paper clip link. Neat item. I think this one was part of an auction haul. Sold this one for 20. Some people may have seen my mom and I go through a bunch of junk jewelry. It was such a fun lot. And to my surprise, there were some little plastic baggies with these little, little tiny hearts. And they're all 14 karat gold. So, how about that? Brand new and unused. I did take them out of the bags because they weren't going to photograph. All the bags were kind of dingy and dirty and dusty and stuff. I sold these right away too. Someone is probably going to sell these for, well, more than this, more than this. But I'm very, very happy to have found these gold hearts, and I'm really happy that I sold them for 99 bucks. Not bad, right? A while back, I bought 2 totes of fabric, 3 totes actually, from a junk store. I think I paid a couple $100 for them, but I made my money several times over. These are fat quarters, and, I have sold these before, not this specific one, but I'm trying to show each piece of fabric. And this is by a great company, Keepsake Quilting. This was the medley of the month. I had a whole stack of these, and they didn't really sell very well for some reason. These particular things, these fat quarters, I don't know why. So I put the rest of them. I had a huge stack of them. I put them in a yard sale that we just had over the weekend. So now they are all gone. But I sold this little package of them for 10. I think this is yet another auction find. I love amber. Can you tell? Remember when I got these rings? I got 3 well, I got a bunch of them, but these are giant, and I love wearing them. But I got this in a separate lot. Amber is so cool. I love the leaf design. Included the chain too. Look at the bale. It's very interesting. I don't know if those are leaves or lilies. Not sure, but yeah, a lovely thing. Sold that necklace for 50. I've been finding a lot of crosses lately. This was, I think, from an auction. This was large. Check that out. More than 3 inches. It says Israel 925. I took a best offer on this. Let me see. Yeah, I got $37 for this. Pretty item. This colorful rhinestone brooch was bought by a friend of the YouTube channel too. Thank you. I so appreciate it. How colorful and fun is this? I not only love the different colors, I love the different shapes too. It's interesting. It's unsigned. Nice condition though. What a fun piece that is. Got this as part of an auction lot. I think maybe that one where I got those gold hearts, that wasn't very expensive. It wasn't a very expensive lot. This is a beautiful piece though. Sold this one for 20. I found this 2-yard piece of vintage fabric at a yard sale. I paid $2 for it. How crazy psychedelic and bright is that? It's so awesome. It was sort of crepey. I thought at first it was bark cloth, but it wasn't. And there's a name brand, THC Hawaiian Textiles. I'd never sold that before. Whoa, I would love to see what somebody did with this. Pretty cool, right? Now I had this one up for $125, but I did end up accepting a best offer. I got 70 bucks for it. This old puzzle was a yard sale find from way back in the day. This was at my mother's house in a bin of kind of crazy stuff. I always call it my crazy box. And I pulled this out and I thought, well, let me just sell it. Now, I actually think I did put this together at one point, and then I couldn't remember if all the pieces were there. And I was too lazy to put it all together again. I don't have the time. I don't think Playgirl is a thing anymore. Oh, yeah, I didn't even take all the pieces apart. Oh, that's his mouth. Okay. I'm just curious. Anyway, I got this at a yard sale. I'm sure I paid not more than a dollar or 2 for it and sold it for 50. Here's a little more yarn that I sold. Lotted this up. This is called Mystic Alpaca. Don't really know much about it. I had very, very expensive yarn that I sold right off the bat, and now I'm just left with very few, but still very beautiful. And I want to keep selling them because somebody can make some cool stuff. Sold this lot for 20. I think I got these 3 old football things in a box of junk. There's 2 tack pins, and then I don't know what that other thing is. You see that, like, the prongs fold over? I'm not sure what you do with it. I put down that it was a lapel pin, perhaps? Or no, I guess it isn't a pin at all. I don't know what it is. Anyway, didn't pay much for them. Sold all 3 of those for 12. This fabric came from that same lot that I was talking about before. where I had bought the bins of it. This is very pretty tropical flowers. This is upholstery fabric. It is by Mill Creek. I love it. I love the colors. Green, pink, a little bit of blue. Pretty. Sold that piece for 13. I got this item in a flea market. I know I didn't pay that much for it. Maybe 2 or $3, something like that. It's so weird. I've never seen a metal flower with this sort of pattern on it. I think it's very interesting. It's very large too. Check it out. Nice condition, not chipping and paint loss and all of that. Groovy colors. Sold that one for 17. Here is the last item for today. This is a beautiful, beautiful pair of silver iris rainbow glass cufflinks. Even the backs are interesting. Look how pretty. It's marked 830 right there, which leads me to believe these are likely German. Look at that, even the backs. How pretty. Gorgeous antiques. This came in a lot of I think it was kind of that less expensive lot from the auction. So very happy with this price. Sold these cufflinks for 40. Well, that's it for this time around. I'd like to thank you kindly for coming, everybody. I appreciate you being here. If you're a reseller, I hope this video helps you out and you can buy similar things that you too can sell for a profit. I'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to let me know what you think below and subscribe to the channel if you want to. Okay. Be well, everybody. Bye bye.